crafty friends, it's Annie at Vintage Lace Journal. I hope you're all well. I've got a little project here for you. Now, it's an interesting project because I saw it on Pinterest. I've seen other people make these. It's like a little called Accordion wallet. I haven't actually made one yet. I've made a prototype. So basically, it's one of those things that you open up and these stick together. I've used cards in here, but I'm going to show you why and how I've used those. And when you put it together, it kind of like makes these little envelopes. And then I'm going to tie it together with some twine at the end. So yeah, I've had a little go at making it. The sizes seem to work okay. And you can get 2 of these out of one 12 by 12 piece of paper. Now, next thing I'm going to show you is these. So I found a shop, been shopping there a while, called Craftstashuk UK. There is a Craftstash USA as well. And they just have these most amazing craft stuff. And I don't think these are overly priced. So this is a 12 by 12 paper. You get 30 double-sided sheets, 20 designs, and these are all wood effect ones. I wanted some kind of like backgrounds. So these ones are wood effect, and I've also got a brick effect as well. It's acid and linen free, so it's obviously safe to use in all our projects. And it's 180 GSM cardstock, double-sided. And these wood ones are just absolutely lovely. I'm going to use this today for my project. I'm going to take that one out because that's the one I want before I forget. So yeah, they just tear out 12 by 12, 180 GSM, so it's brilliant. So there's grey ones, brown ones, blue ones, darker blue, like a fence panel. So if you're a scrapbooker, this would make a great backing for a 12 by 12 scrapbook page. You've got this lovely blue effect on this side and the kind of like more wood grainy effect, that one. Then there's this multicoloured one. Isn't that just awesome? Love that so much. And then you've got your like normal woods, like wood flooring kind of things. Yeah, so there's that one. And then the brick one, which again I thought would be great for these backgrounds. Again, if you're a scrapbooker or you do art journaling. I know a lot of people do the ones where they just kind of like put things on paper and stick stickers on them. These are great. So this is like a brick wall effect in like normal bricks, larger red bricks. I've got an orangey brick and then a really, really tiny one. That's cool. I like that. If you went to somewhere like the Harry Potter studios and you want to do Diagon Alley, this would be perfect for that, or going through the brick wall, platform 9 3/4. Again, orangey bricks. Then you go on to like kind of like whitewashed older bricks. And yeah, just all different types of bricks. So these are like whitewashed ones. Then going on to kind of like the more sandstone ones if you want a holiday somewhere and they can mimic the buildings. And you've got these black, darker grey ones. So yeah, £8.99 they are. £8.99 for a 12 by 12 30 page pack. So I thought they were absolutely fantastic. Also, while I was there, I've used these before in projects, but I thought I'd just give you a reminder. I'll put the links for these all below. I have got an affiliate account, so I do get a tiny little bit of commission if you do go on the link and buy anything, so I will mention that. This is the other one. So Studio Light, and this is called Feelings of Freedom, and it's basically 400 elements, and they are all die cut. And again, so you just pop these out. You can see the back, they're all die cut, and you just pop them out. But the images on here are just beautiful. They're almost like kind of like watercoloured pictures. So there's just clocks, windows, flowers, old-fashioned pictures. There's doors, windows, keys, cameras. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. I've used in several projects and I've hardly even scraped the bottom of that. So I got that from there as well. And these, I see lots of people using these words on projects. I made these the other day, and these are the Tim Holtz words. But actually these are lovely as well. And at the back of here, they come in 3 different colours. So this green colour, white colour and black. So there's just letters and numbers and symbols if you want to use them in your projects. But there's also these lovely quotes. And again, they're in these 3 different colours, different fonts. So nice big ones, smaller ones. So I just thought they were really, really lovely. And they're quite longer quotes as well. I think Tim Holtz ones can be quite short. But some of these are quite nice. You know, faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. The key to success is focus on goals, not obstacles. So yeah, so they're my little purchases. So yeah, I'll put the links down below. And obviously, if you do buy anything, I do get a little bit of commission. But at these prices, you'd be silly not to go and have a quick look-ski. I'm spending some Christmas money. I've got my last little bit of Christmas money to spend. Anyway, on with the project in hand. So I have got my 12 by 12 piece of paper and I'm going to trim that in half. So it will measure, so it will measure at 6 by 12. So popping that in here and cutting that in half. Okay, now on the long side, I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to work on the long side now. I'm going to do some scoring. So I'm just going to come in a bit further now. I've finished showing you them pads. Okay, so on the long side, we are going to score at, and I'll put the measurements for this down below as well. If you want to craft along with me, you're more than welcome. So 12-inch side across the top. My first score is at 4 1/4. It's going to be really hard to see on these lines. I wonder if it's yeah, I've got lines on lines. 4 1/2. Now that gives you that tiny little 1/4-inch gusset at the bottom. Then over to 8 3/4, and then 9, which again gives you that little top gusset. Okay, that's all our scoring done. So then all I'm going to come and do is, when you have them little 1/4-inch gussets, I find it easy to sort of bring your paper up to your ruler to give it that kind of like bend. So once you've done that, it's just a bit easier to fold. When folding, making sure these two lines meet up so you don't get that kind of like skew-whiff measurement. Again, just bring my ruler in and let's bring that over. And there we go, that gives us that little 1/4-inch gusset there. And then just do the same on the top. So bring that up to there and fold over. And then on the second fold. And over. Now, on the bottom piece that comes up to the top, I took a tiny little sliver just off here, otherwise it does sort of catch on this top bit here. Finally got myself a new trimmer. I also got this from Craftstashuk as well. Anyway, so on that longer bit at the bottom, I'm just going to come in and I'm going to take off a tiny little sliver. Nothing too much, just enough so it doesn't catch on the top. Now this top part here is going to be our flap at the front, and I'm just going to round those two corners there. You can keep them straight if you want to. I like the rounded look. And there we have it. That is our finished outside bit. Now, like I said, I've used 4 cards. I'll put them down somewhere and can't find them. They're inside here. So the reason why I'm using cards is because I've got an excess of these cards. I do card making still, but not as much as I used to. And these are kind of like this hammered card, which is lovely, but I'm not going to use them. So I'm just going to use these. Now what you do need to do, I've got 4 here, and I found out that 4 of these fit into here well enough, into that gusset at the bottom. Okay, so what I need to do with these is, first of all, I need to go around the edges, because these edges need to be stuck together, otherwise everything's going to fall out. And then I'll show you the next step. So I'm going to pause this because obviously you don't need to see me gluing these edges together. All I'm going to do is get some double-sided tape. Just run it down the edge. You can use envelopes for this. The one that I saw used envelopes, but I don't have any spare envelopes. So all you do with an envelope is you glue it shut and you just trim off a tiny little sliver off the top. But I need to use, I'm trying to have, like I said at the start of the year, I said buy less. I don't count paper pads. We always need paper pads. But yeah, I'm trying to use up a lot of my stash. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just glue those two sides shut, which creates that little pocket in there. Okay, and that's going to be our ephemera holder. And that's what I'll do it. Let's do it, and I'll waffle at the same time. I'd just like to say a massive thank you, actually, because after we did our design team member freebie giveaway, I've gained an awful lot of subscribers. So if you're new here, hello, welcome. I got some really nice comments actually. It's nice to know that your work is inspiring other people. I've also got my YouTube channel, my Instagram channel, which I do kind of like quick little video makes on there. I don't talk on that one or show how to do things because you've only got 90 seconds. However, I have just read, goodness me, what's going on here, that Instagram has increased their video time to 3 minutes. Which is amazing because I see some lovely projects sometimes, but people are just going through so quickly you can't keep up with what they're doing because they want to show it and you only get that 90 seconds. So yeah, that's good news. If you are on Instagram, come and find me, Vintage Lace Journal 75. Yeah, and hopefully we can now put slightly longer projects up, which is brilliant. There we go. So I hope you all enjoyed our freebie event. 52 pages. I mean, Michelle from the Junk Journal Studio is just so generous. So a massive thank you to her for organising that kind of treasure hunt. I think it must have taken her an awful long time. But she also emailed me the other day with some upcoming packs and kits that are being released. And I'm super excited. Super, super excited. I'm also rubbish at getting double-sided tape off. There we go. So, as I was saying, welcome to my channel. It's nice to a couple of people sort of said they're crafting along with me. And, you know, just thanks, which is really lovely. I love to sort of sit and read comments that people take the time to give. So, thank you very much. Right, this is the last one. Obviously, if you've used envelopes, you won't have this faff. You just have to glue them shut. There we go. Okay, so making sure my tops are all at the top, because there's nothing worse than getting these done and gluing them in upside down. So my openings are all at the top. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is bring back in my outside cover, and what you need to do is you need to put a strip of tape. I'm just trying to work out where. I'm just going to put a little pencil line on here, just so I can see where my top and bottom are, because it's such light coloured card. It's just there. Okay, so on each one of these you need to do a line of tape down the middle. I'm just going to leave a gap there, because you also need to run a line of tape along the bottom. Okay, so there we go. Now you only need to do this on one side of each envelope. One side of each envelope, apart from this one, because this has got to be stuck in there. So this is going to have two on it, because obviously it needs to then stick to my outside part. So two of them will have it on the front and back. The other two are going to have it just on one side. Okay, so just to remind you, you go down the middle and across the end. Okay, so what you then do is take this off. Because this is hammered card as well, I'll tell you what I'm not doing, I'm not burnishing it down. When you do this, it sticks that glue right into those fibres, and because this is burnished card, it's not going to stick as well. Perfect. Now, this is one you really need to line super carefully. So it needs to go in the middle, and it needs to go on the end, and it goes edge to edge. Okay, so that is now attached to my card there, and that's created our first pocket. Okay, so now I'm going to attach my next one. And again, really giving that a good stick. There we go. So this one, obviously, it doesn't have to have it on one side, but will on the other. So now I'm just going to do is just line that up with this one on top. And just stick that down. Okay, and then come in again with my tape. This is a super simple project. If you're just starting out in the world of crafting, really easy. And this is quite a nice gift if you do snail mail or anything like that, to send some of your ephemera pieces in, or if you're sending something to someone, crafty friend. These envelopes, sorry, no, these cards are quite thick. I think envelopes might have been better because obviously you can open them up a bit further, I think, but let's see how this goes. Okay, top at the top, lining that up. Okay. And this is the last envelope. So I'll need to, when this one gets stuck on, put the tape on both sides. There we go. Okay, so this one will need tape on as well, because this is the one that's going to attach to the front part. Okay, so this is the part that just takes the longest time, really, because this is kind of like the guts of the project. The rest of it's just the fun part. You can decorate it. I've been charity shop recently. Got an amazing deal. I got this whole bag of stamps from a little place in Norwich. Just sort of said, do you have any stamps at the back? He was selling, obviously, stamp collecting kind of stamps. And he gave me a massive big bag for £3. Absolutely amazing. I'll show you in a minute if I can find them. And my sister, bless her heart, spent ages making a 12 by 12 paper with plastic wallets, so I could put little, have like a holder for them all, because we sat there one night with after a gin or two and sorted them all out. Okay, so last one is where you bring this up. You've got that little gusset there, and then you stick that onto there. There we go. So now when you open this up, you will have your file folder. How cool is that? So you can put all the little bits and pieces in here. Okay, now the next thing I did was I created a tab for this. I've got my hands on one of these, wanted one for ages. It's like is it called a whale tail, fish tail, something tail. So all I'm going to do is come in. Shall I use that card or not? I don't want to use that paper because obviously, yeah, I'll just use one of these. All you have to do with this one is fold it. So obviously I've got this card anyway, so it's folded. It doesn't cut it out like that. How cool is that? So I'm going to attach that to the front. I'm just going to put a little bit of ink onto this. I'm not sure if brown goes or not. I'm not might dull the cream down a little bit. So I do that on both sides because both sides will be seen. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my wet glue and just pop glue on the back of this, all over the back. It's splodged there. So this is just wet tacky glue. And I'm just going to measure halfway along. So 15 centimetres, that's 7.5. Just as nothing worse than a wonky tag. Can't pick it up now. Okay, so pop that over there. And just going to press that so it just holds. Then all I did was punch a hole in the middle. I'm going to put an eyelet through it as well, because that's going to be my closure system. There we go. So I think I'm going to have silver eyelet. These are from Amazon. They were amazing. Google eyelets. I've got absolutely hundreds of them in 3 different colours. Again, just find out where the centre is. Make a little hole. Someone asked me about this the other day. Where did I get my tool from? This is actually a belt hole maker and eyelet setter for belts. This is really heavy duty. However, I sometimes find I've got one of these, but it sticks. So I do the close bit. Yeah, and I don't like it. Whereas this is old-fashioned, but does the job. I'd love a crocodile, but they're a bit expensive. So punch a hole and then just pop your eyelet in. I wish I hadn't used that. I don't know, I'm not happy about that. I wish I'd used a different colour, but never mind. It's done. And then just set that. And it always does set it at the back as well, which is why I like it. Right, so now come to the fun part, which is decorating. So like I said, I'm going to choose, use bits and pieces that I've got. A bit too blue. I'm going to bring my pad back in. So I'm going to have a look in here and see if there's anything that I want to decorate the front with. I'm thinking about just doing something down the side, perhaps a little something down the bottom. Don't have to go too mad. And I think they're repeated as you go through the book. That's quite nice. Little birdie. Get him sitting in the corner. And get some flowers to go with it. The trouble is when you have a choice, I could just look through here all day thinking what I could have. Quite like the pink. Where do I put him? I might layer these up here. You always say you just pop them out. And then just play around layering them up. Some foliage. I might put that behind there actually. I can't remember how much this book was. It wasn't very expensive. You have to be Craftstash. They do sell out quite quickly with certain things. So if you see something you like, always get it. Well, they do get it back in stock. Okay, put that there. And it's good that all the colours sort of match in with each other as well, which I like. I might just put a cream one in between them. Do things in threes. I'm actually pulling 2 out at the same time. So these pages, can you see? You get 2 or 3 of the same design. I've actually been pulling a couple out at the same time. Never mind. There we go. That'll probably do. And then that bird there, I might put that on something as well. That's going to be too big. It's kind of like a stone circle. Quite like that. This is always a nice part of just looking at your stash, choosing what you want, and then just building up a little picture. And do as much as you like, or as little as you like. I might just put that little butterfly at the top as well. He popped out by mistake. Let's use him. Pick me, pick me. There we go. And then down the bottom, I'm just going to come in with my sentiment pad. And let's have a little look. I think I might use a black. I don't know about the blue. I quite like black writing. Oh, in the mind of every artist there is a masterpiece, absolutely. So I might just do one there. And then just offset that. Just there. There we go. That's really not straight. Never mind. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to do is obviously a closure. So I've got some twine I think I might use. Let's have a quick look. It's a bit Christmassy. I might just actually use... I love twine. And it's obviously like this, got to my garden something the other day. Massive big roll. It's great. Right, so let me just think how much I need. So I want to go round once, round twice, and stop. So if I double that, is that going to be right? Round once, round twice, stop. There we go. Tidy up as I go along. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is I fold this in half. I saw Clay do this the other day, do a closure. I thought it was quite clever. And then you put, so I've doubled that up. So that's my closed end and my two loose ends are here. So I'm going to pass the folded end through the back of my eyelet. Like that. So I've created a little loop and then just pass those other ones through the loop and pull it down, and you get that nice closure like that. What I'm going to do when I've come off camera is I'm probably going to decorate this part as well. So I'm going to come back with my pad and I'll put some decorations on here. I will straighten these up as well because I think they'll actually they're quite sticky. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to decorate the inside of here. And obviously then we've got our lovely inside bits. So there we have it. Our little accordion ephemera holder. I might actually put something on the bottom of here because it's going to ping up otherwise. So I've got some beads and things, or buttons. Let's have a little look. I've got this jar of keys. Again, when I was teaching, I ordered these off Amazon. We did a little bit of writing on them. It's amazing. So I'm going to add a key in there. And what else have we got in the little stash? I've got these, I'll quickly show you up here. I'll have a little tour of my craft room one day. I'm very eclectic. I've got all these little jars and they've all got bits and pieces in them up on my shelf. Little Christmas decoration. I couldn't take the heart to take it down. So sequins, stones from the beach with holes in it, massive jar. I used to put my nanny's buttons. But yeah, anyway, that's for another day. I'll do a craft room tour. So let's have a look back at here. So little key on there, and I think if I have a look, oh gosh, I don't know what to add now. Let's have a button. Got a cool button. Mind you, it's going to hard to get that through. I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave the little key on the end. So it's going to come round and give that a knot. There we go. And a little key on the end, a little closure. And then just tuck that through to close it off. Oh, tell you what I'm also going to do when I come off camera. It's probably decorate the back as well. Yeah, but I thought I'd just come on to show you how to make this. I thought they were quite cool. A little quick make for you. Nice and simple if you're a starter. But yeah, go on to Craftstash. Have a look at these great things I've got on there. There we go. And make your own ephemera holder. So thank you for watching. Please give a thumbs up to say you've seen it and you enjoy it. Leave a comment if you like to. I love reading your comments. Always try and comment back as well if I can. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye.